The journey to wealth requires more than just passion and drive. It demands a solid plan to navigate through life's chaos. Without a plan, even the most motivated individual risks drifting away from their goals, and drifting is the true enemy of wealth. Dreams without plans are merely fantasies, but a well-executed strategy transforms those fantasies into true freedom. Transitioning from inspiration to instruction is key. It's time to engineer your wealth. If you don't know your destination, you can't reach it faster. Most people wander financially without a true map. Tracking becomes essential because hope alone is never a strategy. Planning gives your energy direction, while tracking provides vital feedback. Your wealth journey resembles constructing a house. Your vision acts as the architecture, while your habits form the bricks. Your financial blueprint holds it all together. Without it, you risk ending up with a disarray of walls lacking structure. Step 1 in building your wealth. Know your numbers, for they are the language of financial mastery. Although confronting your financial reality can be uncomfortable, it's a necessary step towards gaining control. Start by simply listing your income streams, expenses, debts, and assets. This provides your financial snapshot. Track your financial progress monthly. With time, your numbers will narrate your unique story. Every financially free person I've encountered knows their numbers intimately, treating money like a trusted partner rather than a puzzling mystery. Step 2. Define the target. Once you know where you are, define exactly where you're going. Don't just say, I want to be rich. Define it. What does rich mean for you? Write it down, clearly, measurably, and emotionally. Because vague goals produce vague results, but clear goals attract precision. When I defined my freedom number, everything changed. That number became my North Star, and every decision was filtered through one question. Does this move me closer to the target or further away? Step 3. Reverse engineer the path. If you want $10,000 a month in passive income, ask, what investments or business models can generate that? What upfront capital do I need? How much must I save or earn each month to fund it? Work backwards from the goal until you have a step-by-step map. Here's the thing. Most people underestimate clarity and overestimate motivation. Clarity is the real fuel. When you know exactly what to do next, procrastination disappears. Your brain craves direction. Give it one. Step 4. Build systems, not willpower. Discipline doesn't mean doing everything manually forever. It means building systems that make success automatic. Create routines that make the right action the default option. Automate savings and investments. Track everything that matters. Tracking isn't about obsession, it's about awareness. If something matters, measure it. Step 6 in the journey to wealth is mastering the feedback loop, where reflection becomes the key to transformation. Every month, I sit down with my numbers and ask 3 critical questions. What worked, what didn't, and what will I change next month? This simple reflection compounds into mastery as consistent, small course corrections steer you toward success. Wealth is like sailing. You don't steer in straight lines, but rather recalibrate and correct as you go. Those who ignore feedback drift off course, while those who embrace it remain aligned with their goals. Step 7 encourages you to break your goals into a 12-month wealth plan with annual missions divided into quarterly milestones. For example, increasing income by 10% or launching a side business can yield significant results when monitored closely. Each quarter requires progress reviews and adjustments, revealing the immense momentum created when you sprint through 90-day planning. Step 8 emphasizes the importance of measuring your return on effort, not just your return on investment. Recognize where you invest energy without yielding results, and cut what drains you to focus on actions that truly matter. Wealthiest individuals are adaptable, evolving their plans in response to changing markets and opportunities. Flexibility is crucial. Follow the data and be ready to pivot early if something isn't working. Lastly, treat your life like a business by building dashboards to monitor key personal metrics regularly. Step 11. Plan for failure. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But planning for failure is one of the smartest things you can do. Most people quit when things go wrong because they never expected them to. I always plan for worst-case scenarios: loss of income, market drops, slow business months, and build safety nets in advance. If I fail safely. That's not negativity, it's intelligence. Because the more protected you are, the bolder you can be. Security creates courage. So set rules like always keep 6 months' expenses in cash. Never invest money you can't afford to lose. Diversify income sources over time. Preparedness creates confidence. Confidence keeps you consistent. Step 12, reward consistency. Here's something most people forget. If you never reward your consistency, you'll eventually resent the process. Discipline without dopamine burns out the brain. So celebrate milestones, not with extravagance, but with recognition. Every time you hit a goal, pause. Reflect on how far you've come. Anchor that progress emotionally. That way your brain starts to associate effort with reward, and your drive becomes self-sustaining. Step 13, the 80-20 wealth rule. Not every action creates equal results. In fact, most don't. 80% of your outcomes will come from 20% of your actions. So every few months, audit your habits. Ask, what are the few things that truly move me forward? What can I eliminate, automate, or delegate? The wealthy simplify their lives down to a few powerful routines. They do less, but they do it with precision. Complexity is the enemy of progress. Clarity is the shortcut to wealth. Step 14, review, refine, repeat. Your plan isn't meant to be perfect. It's meant to evolve. Each year, you'll get sharper. You'll learn what works and what doesn't. You'll adapt your systems to match your season of life. That's how mastery happens. Not through massive leaps, but through endless refinement. You don't need to be brilliant. You just need to be consistent long enough for brilliance to emerge. The real purpose of planning. Most people think the plan exists to make money, but that's only half the story. The real purpose of planning is peace. When you have a plan, life becomes quieter. The anxiety fades because you're no longer reacting. You're responding. You stop wondering if and start focusing on how. Planning is power because it gives you certainty in an uncertain world. It's how you build stability before success. The bridge to the next step. So far, we've talked about desire, drive, and direction. Now you've learned how to turn that into a plan, a living, breathing system for progress. But there's one final element left, the foundation that supports it all. Because no matter how strong your strategy is, it means nothing without belief. In the final part, we'll talk about the mindset that separates those who try from those who become, the self-confidence to know you can achieve anything, and the urgency to act before time runs out. Because wealth isn't just a plan, it's a race against time, and the clock is ticking.